All right, this one was probably my most challenging so far. Ryuko Matoi is an anime character, and trying to make her rubbery took some sketch practice before I got comfortable with this, inking first. By the way, she will have clothing. She's at the beach. That'll be colored later. But I have her crouching. Her body, her torso, and arms, I decided to make rubbery, and everything else would be normal. Just because if you're making a sandcastle, you really don't need your legs or head or anything else to stretch. So now I'm going to build up the castle, so using some sand color, and just make as if I was kind of imagining like if she had buckets of sand just piled one on top of another. And then, traditionally with sandcastles, we do the little drizzle. Here's her yellow bathing suit that I will ink later, so you'll see more detail later. And then before I do any other details, I inked in her eyes because with anime characters, there's a lot of interplay between the eyes and the hair.
Okay.
Sometimes the hair goes over the eyes or around the eyes, and so I wanted to have a reference point. And then, of course, we have her red little strand of hair there. And then I made some little reflection using the marker, just leaving some space on the top of her hair just for some shine. And then adding her eyes under her hair was kind of tricky, kind of messed up on the chin there, but that's okay. Compensated by her chest line, so it kind of hides that chin mistake. And then her bikini top tied off in the front. We have her hand. One hand is supporting the castle, and then I'm going to draw her like pleased mouth as she drizzles on the sand on the little spires, just inking some strands of hair there. And then her body kind of is like a noodle, like a flat noodle. So I have it kind of folding over itself. And then we have her bikini bottoms and then her legs, drawing her thighs kind of overlapping over her ankles. And then we'll just go ahead and ink in her final hand, drizzling that wet sand to make the spires. And then this part was really fun, actually, because I'm imagining bucket shapes as the base. So imagine like several buckets stacked one on top of another, buckets full of sand to create those conical structures. And, there's no real like accuracy to the castle. It's just mounds of bucket poured sand with spires on top, like a true sandcastle, like typical sandcastle. All right, and then her arm kind of has that noodle quality. It overlaps over itself. And I'm just going to add some shading. And with that, we're pretty much done. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't.